Hey YouTubers, how we doing? It is Monday after a very eventful weekend, and I thought I'd give you the latest update and another surprise from the fish room. All I got to tell you is it is definitely springtime in the fish room. So let's take a look and see what's going on now. All right, so let's take you back to the beginning. This is some other footage I came up with that I didn't know I had. This is the two German blue rams doing the spawning dance. There may be a couple of eggs that are laid there at this point, but I, I couldn't tell, and I wasn't even sure if I had a male-female couple there, but they definitely looked like they were doing something serious, and I was kind of crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. And I thought I'd just sit back and see what happened, what came out of this. But as you can see, they are definitely showing the signs of spawning, and they did spawn on that overturned terracotta base. In just a minute you'll see a different angle here. This would be after the eggs were actually laid. This is, but yeah, that's the mama, taking care of the eggs. They did both kind of split out. You'll see her swim out of frame. There's Daddy. Yeah, I think that's Daddy that's going over there. He also takes care of the egg. He's an active participant. I read a lot of articles and saw some videos where they said, it's better to separate the parents out. But, hey, first spawning, I thought I'd give them a shot at, doing it themselves. I just kind of crossed my fingers at this point and hoped that I had two good parents. And we'll see what takes place. Yeah. So this brings us up to the present. I shot this footage, maybe an hour or so ago. It's Monday evening at this point. But you see that they moved the eggs over into the upturned terracotta base, and at first they went through the wiggler stage, and I wasn't sure whether they were going to make it, whether the father was going to eat them, but that was yesterday. And today here we are looking at almost free swimming. Got a little close-up here. This is still footage from my tablet, so that's kind of like a digital zoom. It's not an optical zoom, but I figured, hey, use what you got. Here we got the batch of babies, and Mama, yeah, that's Mama, vigilantly guarding them. There are no other fish in this tank other than Mom and Dad. There's Dad. Zoomed out a little bit. It's a 10-gallon tank, and just threw a little Java moss on there, a heater, and it's got a sponge filter, of course. It is a seasoned tank. It's been up and running for a couple of months now. But here's an aerial view looking down on the camera through the surface. Was having a real problem trying to focus in on the fry, so I think I brought it back around. Yeah, they're so far so good. Everything's looking pretty promising here. let's see, they were actually spawned Friday morning, probably between 2 and 3 in the morning. Yeah, that would be. So on Friday evening or early Saturday morning, they moved the eggs over into this upturned terracotta dish, and you could see the wiggler state, or the beginnings of the wiggler state. And then Sunday they were in full wiggler state. Didn't seem like the eggs were disappearing, so I left them together. And then this morning I got up and they were still there, and it still seems like both the parents are taking good care of the babies, so we'll see what happens from there. Now, meanwhile, during all of this, I noticed when I was feeding one of my other tanks with the Apisto triple red or Cacatouides triple reds, yeah, it is definitely spring in the fish room. I've got my second spawn of Cacatouides. You know, this is just like going to ruin my weekends for the next couple of weeks. I can see this now. I'm going to be sitting home on Friday and Saturday night and hearing about everybody else out having a good time, and I'm going to be babysitting fish. Yeah, you know you're a fish nerd when. So, as you can see from the video, this second spawning is much larger than the first. There are quite a few babies there. So, yeah, my life just got a lot more complicated. What are you gonna do, you know? So, that's kind of where we stand. I have just about sold off all the koi angels. Last couple, I think I'm going to kind of hang on to it for a little while. And make sure that I fulfilled all my orders and that everybody's happy, and then I'll make a decision on whether I save or keep them, or if I sell them off. I'm not sure. But they're about finished, and I don't see any new spawning action coming from the angels, so that may be the end of that for now. But in the meantime, I have some very active German blue rams and some extremely, or at least a breeding pair or pairs. I think this is the second. There's 2 females in this tank. It's a 20 long, and I think this is the other female. The male spawned with the one female on the other side of the tank first, and I think this is the second female. So he's playing quick and loose, it looks like. But she's definitely a little more prolific than the first female was, from what I can tell here. But, you know, hey, we'll see how things work out. And with that, I'm just going to leave you with a little bit of music here. And, you know, you guys can, you know, get out and go watch your other videos or listen to the music and watch the fry swim around with Mama being very protective. But thanks for watching, and the saga continues, and we will be back with a lot more in the near future. And let's not forget the outdoor grow outs. If we ever get some sunshine here in South Carolina again, it's been raining for about the last week or so, except for a few bleak days that I got that one video in on. At any rate, you know, we'll see how the things are working out outside, and with that, I'll leave it to you.
la canción que te Rubiela, Rubiela, se dice, bueno, el amor, Rubiela que se llama, pues se le fue, esa es la canción que yo ya canté.
Van a